Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where it has been announced that May 12th is when Overlord is coming out. So I would like to be done with this series, hopefully by then. We're going to attempt to proceed here. We've got a decent amount of time before that happens, so that should be okay. We're going to move on forward here. We should be hitting the end of the truce quite soon. We absolutely need civilian replica complexes here. That's for sure. And what else do we potentially need jobs in? This Forge world here, what do we got going on here? Okay, we can definitely put in civilian replica complexes there as well. So let's see what else we've got here. A Forge world here as well. I would definitely like to put in civilian replica complexes here. Unfortunately, we need civilian industries. So we're going to go ahead and put that on in. We've got the Ministry of Production good to go. So that should be absolutely fine. Okay, there we go. That's all of that good to go. Now, what were we on as far as our bastions go? I'm pretty sure it wasn't this far. Gindix? I remember talking about Gindix. Ophel is good to go. Yes, it was Gindix. Okay, sounds good. We're going to queue up a bunch of Twilight's Judge class defense platforms. There we go. And when is our truce up again? I need to remind myself of that. 2642. Okay, so in 3 years here. Now we're going to need to buy in consumer goods at a certain point. That point is not yet. So we're going to just go ahead and buy a few alloys for now. And those alloys are, of course, going to be tossed into the Gindix station. There we go. We're still lacking quite a lot of defense platforms, no doubt about it, and these are going to take a long time to build. We're not going to wait on these building, obviously. For now, we're just waiting out the truce. We can declare our war pretty much anytime we want to. It won't entirely be anytime we want to, but it'll be pretty close. So we're at 3107 naval cap right now. We need to be at 3250. If we want to get another fleet going, and getting another fleet wouldn't be a terrible idea, considering that we're currently at only 83% power projection. So we could upgrade the Tadaska Starport, I don't know what that is, but we can upgrade that and Charna, and also Bahiram, and we can get a couple of anchorages going there. That'll be fine. We're full up on minerals. We'll get rid of a bunch of those. As soon as we're no longer in this lag tick anyway. We'll get out of that soon enough. This unification center requires a job. There's not really anything to do here. So I think instead we're going to send them over to... We could send them to Joina Prime. I don't think that's super useful though. Trabano 2 is the place to go. Okay, so we'll resettle this over to Trabano 2. And where is that? It's in this list somewhere. There it is. Fantastic. We're going to send them right on over. On Joinum Prime, we are definitely going to put in an industrial district. Now, on Trabano 2, what are we going to do with that? We are going to put in a civilian industry. Cool. Okay, so that's all underway there. Anything else up here? That is a positive, actually. Cowig 1 requires a job, and we will put in an industrial district. What else? Brah, this generator world here is really not a generator world, or we're going to transition it kind of off of a generator world. It's maxed out as far as a generator world goes. So we're going to put in a food processing facility to buff up what we're getting from this single agriculture district. That'll be fine. Okay, sounds good. Down to the Gindix station. Fantastic. That's a good amount of society research. Sure, we'll take that. And we'll get some defense platforms queued up here. Gindix is now maxed out, so Azax is next. There's a lot of defense platforms left to do. No doubt about it. We're going to run out of consumer goods in about 5 months here. So that is a concern. Let's go ahead and buy in 5,000 for now. We'll let that price begin to drop back down. In the meantime, we could also buy in 2,500 more alloys, or we could allow that price to drop a bit until the month tick. I mean, we would need to sell something else to get this, and I think we'll hold off on that for the moment. On the month tick, we will have enough to get this, and you can see that the price has dropped rapidly. It's dropping incredibly rapidly, in fact. We're going to go ahead and buy it right now, and that'll max out that price, but it'll start dropping yet again. Okay, so the AZAC station, we will go ahead and queue up more defense platforms on. Looks like on this month take, we're going to go negative on food because we're too low on energy credits. That's okay. I'm not too concerned about that. We'll be fine on that front for the moment. In fact, we could probably back off our buy order by 100 now. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm not sure if that went in before or after that month's tick, but we'll call that good. The Tadasca Starbase has finished up over here, and we're going to get this upgrading up to a star hold. Same with Charna and Bahira. All of those need to get upgrading. Excellent. We're also going to immediately put in hydroponics bays in all of them. So we'll get those underway, and that'll be just fine. The AZAC station, of course, requires additional defense platforms. Secured. And we need to sell off our minerals. We'll go ahead and do that now. There we go. We also just got energy weapon attack speed. That's fine. All of these are identical, so we're going to go for shield hit points for the moment. Yeah, we're negative on food. That's what I expected. We're going to need to buy in additional consumer goods periodically, and that's fine for right now. We can definitely do that. The AZAC station, we're going to queue up a few more defense platforms. How are we actually doing on our dark matter? That's looking okay. It'll be a while before we run out of dark matter. Sounds good. So we've got a lot of defense platforms here queued up. In fact, we should be able to max out the AZAC station pretty quickly here. Yeah, that's it maxed out right there. So that's wonderful. The Trab station is, of course, next. And we'll just go ahead and get that started to construct. It's not actually going to be finished, but that's okay. We'll just get that going. 2 more years until the truce is up. And that's completely fine. So the Grunner Forge world here requires a job. I think this is an ocean world. Of course, we're only going to get catalytic technicians out of this. I think we'll go ahead and build an industrial district. I'm not super thrilled about it. I was thinking about building an agricultural district instead. Once again, definitely an industrial district here. The previous one, I would have wanted to build a food processing center as well. This Forge world here, we can definitely put in another industrial district. I would really like to see more agricultural districts coming in. This is a generator world here, allegedly. We're going to switch that over to an agri world, and we're also going to definitely put in... It's really a hodgepodge of buildings. We're definitely going to put in a food processing facility here. Okay. So that'll be a decent increase in our food generation. That's fantastic. What else do we have going down through the list here? This Forge world. This Forge world has a ruler unemployment. That is awkward for us. We'll have to wait for them to downgrade, but maybe send them over to our Ecumenopolis here? Sure. That'll be fine. We'll go all the way down to the bottom here, and we'll just send it on over. We have no ruler job there, obviously. But that's fine. We're just going to put in a foundry arcology. Actually, no, we're not. Right? Yeah, catalytic technicians. Okay, so we're going to actually upgrade our civilian fabricators here. That'll be fine. We, of course, do need to work on our consumer goods monthly gain. No doubt about that. We're going to sell off our minerals, and we're going to buy in another 5,000 consumer goods. Wonderful. And we're going to hop down to the, let's see here, where were we? AZAC station? Yeah, we finished that one off. The Trab station is what we're working on right now. So we'll get all of these queued on up. There's a lot of them that we're able to queue up, and that's great. That was actually a whole lot of them. 72. So we're close to maxing out the Trab station. Wonderful. How are things going on the Megastructure construction front? This gateway will be done in 300 days. Okay, so that'll be done in time for the war. That's good. For Haven Sky, the Strategic Coordination Center, that's still about 3 years out, which that'll finish in the war if they declare on us, which I suspect that they will, but they're not going to be very successful about it, in all honesty. So these stations over here, we are working on those upgrades. Those are going to be done in just a few days. Okay. That sounds good to me. We're going to queue up a few more defense platforms while we wait here. We're lacking some alloys, of course. That's fine. That's not the end of the world. On this month's tick, which has already passed, we should be able to max out the Trab Station. So that's wonderful. Anaxador and onward. So how many more do we need here? Quite a large number is the answer. Okay. Well, that's fine. We're going to check in on Bahiram here. Okay, so these are going to be done very soon here. We definitely want to queue up the upgrade to Star Fortress. We don't care about upgrading beyond Star Fortress for anchorages. Now, this one is not a citadel. This is a Star Fortress. All of these are, and that will be the case. So we're building a hydroponics bay right now. A nebula refinery wouldn't be bad either for those that are in nebulas, which these two are. I'm not sure if Charna is. No, Charna is not. So instead for Charna, we would probably, there's no ice mining station available, so we would probably just put in a resource silo. That'll do for now. This generator world, I mean, it is a generator world. There's no doubt about it. Let's go ahead and upgrade the energy nexus here. And we'll fill out our generator districts. And of course, that's going to take a while to take effect. I was just spam clicking that. And that'll take a while for the jobs to fill out there. So this will keep busy for a good amount of time. We're going to buy in 5,000 consumer goods. There we go. We'll be fine on that for a little while, not very long. And we're waiting on this guy to demote. When will he demote? A long time. Okay.
Technology secured.
So that's definitely going to take some time. We are in a pretty major lag tick here, but there we go. We're going to sell off our minerals. Perfect. And we are going to grab, well, that was just food from jobs. Food from jobs is still attractive here, so we're going to go for that. Excellent. Okay, did we miss any jobs through here? The answer to that is no. We're still working on getting our economy optimized. I would not have gone to war these last 2 times if it was up to me. But it is, of course, not up to me, necessarily. And it ended up being fine that we went to war. Not a problem at all. So here's the Azak station, which is, of course, full up. The Trab station is full up, so we're now on Anaxador. Our dark matter is actually going up, so that's wonderful. We're going to queue up 1,000,000 defense platforms here. Not literally 1,000,000. It's going to be a lot, but it's not literally 1,000,000. Okay, so that got us down to 71. Not bad at all. We need to buy in additional consumer goods, and in fact, I'm going to just buy in something like 1,200 per month. There we go. This is going to be not great for our energy credits, but that's okay. We just finished fortified core layers, and let's go for armor hit points. That'll do nicely. And of course, we were on the Anaxador station. So we can queue up a few more defense platforms here. We are in a lag tick, so eventually it'll get caught up with all these inputs. Eventually. We'll see when that happens, but for now, let's go through jobs yet again. We're still trying to optimize for some jobs here. So this generator world. At this time, what it needs more than anything is food processing facilities. And we'll call that good for now. We also want to drop off our food buy order down a little bit. Okay, yeah, minus 3K. That's more like what I expected to see right now. Fantastic. I was like, are we positive in energy credits with 1,200? No, we're not. That's fully expected. We're backing off on our buy orders as we get our economy more online. So that's great. Now, if we check in on these stations here, we are, of course, going to need... Yes, our gateway has been constructed. That's perfect. We are, of course, going to need anchorages in each of these locations. So we're just going to spam out a few anchorages here. I'm doing it kind of slowly so that the boxes don't move incorrectly. I've noticed that the boxes go backwards when it doesn't immediately pop in. So if we do this, once that pops in, then we can do it again and it will go correctly. It's a strange little quirk, but that seems to be the way that it works. So that's fine for now. This Forge world requires jobs, and right now what we're going to put in here is absolutely... I would love to put a Ministry of Production. We can't do that because of the planetary size. We're going to put in civilian industries. Any sort of food creation right now is very good for us, of course. Remember, our agriculture districts on ocean worlds also produce consumer goods. So that is important to remember, and we're just waiting on the demotion here, so no problems there. Let's hop back down to the Anaxidor station. Oh, we're full on minerals. We should sell those off. Absolutely. In the Anaxidor station, we will go ahead and queue up additional defense platforms. We're probably getting pretty close to the cap. Yes, indeed. That is Anaxidor finished up. And now on to Kasora. Now, a lot of these are... Oh, Gatria doesn't have ion cannons? I thought for sure we had all of our ion cannons queued up. Huh. I guess we should go through the rest of these and double check. I mean, I'm pretty sure that most of these have their ion cannons queued up. All of them have to, right? At this point? Well, we clearly missed one previously, so there we go. That appears to all be correct now. There's 2 ion cannons here in the Cowix station, so that seems to be absolutely fine. So up to the Kasora station, we will go ahead and queue up defense platforms here. Excellent. So with all of those fully queued up, well, not fully queued up, but with all of those queued up, we can also back off on our food buy order. And I would love to do that. So we're going to do exactly that, backing off on our food a little bit. We're going to need to back off on our consumer goods as well, obviously. But for right now, this isn't... We can't really do much on this world. Where can we potentially send them? I'd like to send them to an agri world. And this one is not it, Chief. Okay. This tech world, we're just going to put in advanced research complexes for now. Hadricus Prime? Yes, Hadricus Prime will work. So we will resettle this guy over to Hadricus Prime. And we need to go up to the top. There we go. Hadricus is here. We'll just send him on over. Once he's at Hadricus, of course, we can give him a more useful job. And for right now, I think what we're going to do is replace this stronghold with a Ministry of Production. And then we're going to put in a civilian industry and an agriculture district. Now, this is going to be 2 jobs, so we're going to free up 1 job with the Ministry of Production. The civilian industries will get both of those jobs, and we're going to have 2 spare jobs with the agriculture district. So that'll be fine. We are full up on our minerals for the moment. Excellent. So, this Forge world here, we actually don't have a civilian industry, so we will absolutely put that in. This agro world. Well, we'll put in an agriculture district. That will, of course, get us some consumer goods as well. We'll also put in a civilian industry while we're at it. It'll have to grow into that, but that's fine. This Forge world. It doesn't have a consumer goods industry. I'm going to replace a synthetic crystal plant here with a civilian industry, and that should be even on jobs. I'm also going to replace another one with a food processing facility. And then we're going to put in an agriculture district. Cool. This Forge world here, there's not a lot that we can do. We're going to just resettle them over to probably Hadricus again. There we go. This is set up as a rural world right now. We're going to put it in as an agro world, and we're going to put in a food processing facility. Cool. What else do we have down here? Of course, our demotion that needs to happen, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not too concerned about that demotion for the time being. So the Kasora station. We're going to queue up a few more defensive platforms here. Okay, so that's maxed on the Kasora station. The Rolltree Station is next, and we'll queue up a bunch of defense platforms here as well. Cool. Why did we just go positive in energy credits? Oh, our consumer goods didn't actually go through. Our consumer goods buy order. That'll do it. And that'll do it. Yeah, seems to be fine for now. Yeah, that's more like what I expected to see. We can sell off minerals. We can also sell off alloys if we really need to. I will prefer not to do that, if we can at all help. The Space Storm Datry has dissipated, and our truce should be up very, very soon. In 6 months, yes. So, we might, emphasis on might, we might be going back to war. In this building slot here, we need a naval logistics office. And then in Tadaska, we're going to need a naval logistics office as well. And then in Charna, a naval logistics office. So that's all fine. We're, of course, going to need to queue up our last 2 anchorages here as well. And we'll just get those on in. There we go. That should be all of them having 2 anchorages. Yes. Okay, so those are good to go. Fantastic. I'm noticing our naval cap dropped a little bit. I'm not exactly sure why. But it seems fine. Okay, so this Forge World requires a job. There's not a ton that we can do here. It's kind of a hodgepodge. We'll put it in an admin complex, I guess. It's not ideal. But we'll go ahead and do that for the moment. And what else do we need? Going up through here, not a lot of anything, really. That's everything good to go. Fantastic. So the Rolltree Station was, of course, the one we were on. So let's go ahead and continue queuing up defense platforms here. There we go. We're going to back off on our buy order here, down to 1,100 and 400. Excellent. You can see 1,100 is costing a lot right now. There's no doubt about that. And we actually didn't have enough to make the trade last month. We're full on minerals. We'll go ahead and get rid of a bunch of those. There we go. Okay, cool. So back to the Rolltree Station. Oh, we're actually full here. Okay, down to the Dongle Station. Fantastic. And we'll queue up a bunch of defense platforms here. Just get those nice and underway. There we go. So we still need to get our food and our consumer goods under control here. I think we're going to put in here a food processing facility. That will fix that job for the moment. Okay, they're starting to close borders. Terraforming residue over here on Nadex. Okay, so we're going to immediately go into the features, and don't let this happen again. And we're going to clear off all of that residue. Cool. So they're closing their borders, which of course indicates that the truce is up. So we should expect that they could declare war on us at any time now. Honestly, we're reasonably okay with that. They're not really going to be too effective in fighting us at this point. We're in an even better position than we were in the last war. And we were in a pretty good position in the last war, in all honesty. So making our way down here, we're still waiting on this demotion, but everything else is looking good. So that's fantastic. And down to... Gang wars indeed. Down to the Rolltree, or rather not the Rolltree, we just finished the Rolltree Station. Down to the Dongle Station here. We will continue to queue up defense platforms. Excellent. And it all looks good for now. We've got our economy on the mend. It will need, of course, to be worked on a little bit more. But once our economy is fully fixed here, and there's our strategic coordination center now operational, that's excellent. That does, of course, mean that we can get additional defense platforms here. Not many. Wait a second. Why is Grummium up here now? Okay. Well, that's a lot that would need to be queued up there. So if we go to, like, the Demon's Maw, this is actually full. I expected getting the Strategic Coordination Center online to increase this, but maybe that amount is capped. Interesting. If so, that's not a terrible thing. We're reasonably okay with that. So we'll queue up a few more defense platforms here, and all will be good. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we fully expect to be declared on. Like 1,000,000%. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.